Hey guys, making money with Gary. Okay, I'm going to fill you in on how to tell the value of a book, how much you'd sell it for if you're out thrifting and you're anxious to buy some books and sell them, and how you could identify them. Well, here's a first edition right here, and this is a 1991 book. And I'm going to show you how to identify first printing. This book costs $22 in the day. And I'll tell you what, the book's like new. And if you look right there on the bottom there, you can see that material. That's a library binding. So that's a very strong book. So now I'm going to show you. Go to the title page. The title page, you gotta play Hurt, a novel. Okay, right past the title page will be the year, the copyright year. That's copyright page. Copyright year is 1991. Right below that, you see this number line. It goes 10. It goes from 1 to 10. Well, the 1 means it's a first printing. That's what that 1 means. If it started with a 2, it would be a second printing, but it starts with the number 1. So not only is this book a first edition, it's also a first printing. And what does that mean? It's a rare book. There wasn't a lot of them made. There's not a lot of first printings made. Because what happens is they'll find a mistake they did with the book when they first printed it, a word misspelled or something, and then they'll make a second printing, and then they'll make a third printing, then a fourth printing, till they get the book right. Or sometimes they'll run out. They'll make a first printing, 100,000 copies. They'll sell them one. Now they're out of the book. Now they got to make a second printing to make more, to sell more. Well, this is the first printing, first edition. So this book is, it's going to be worth more than the average book. So I'm just showing you, that's just identify a first printing, first edition. And here on the back is an ISBN number. And you could type this number in any website you want to search. And this number is also on the copyright page, ISBN number. And it's 0671 683322. And if you type that number in, don't space nothing, just put them all together in a Google search, this book will pop up. Or if you do it on eBay website, this book will pop up. And you could also use the second ISBN number, 978-0671 683320. And if you type that number in, it'll also find this book. And you'll see what this book is worth, what it's sold for, whatever you're looking up. So look, I'm putting that book on the side now. Now I'm going to go up here. Here I'm on the Amazon website. I'm going to show you the ranking of a book. Now here, right here, if I go in there and I click and stuff, I can see what they're asking for. Price is going to be all over the board. This starts at $9.93. That's probably a beat up book in barely good condition. And then the price goes up as the books get better. So look, this is on Amazon. If you scroll down here, you see it says first edition, 1982. Yeah, this is a different book from the book we were just looking at. Okay, I mean, this is a different book than the book I was just showing you that had the number line and all that. Okay, this is a 1982 book. And if you look down here at the ranking is 1,463,777. That's the ranking on Amazon. And then as a technical book, it's ranked as in 3,000,000 range, 3,000 range. And as a hard hi-fi book, it's ranked as 4,749. Well, so it has different rankings for different reasons. Now, this book here, I've already looked it up on different sites, and that's the ISBN number. You type that in up there to search on Amazon for this book. And that's how you come up with the book, and then you could see the ranking on it. The ranking tells you how fast they sell. Normally you want to get a book under the 2 million ranking. You don't want to go up over the 2 million ranking. You'll have a book that's going to sit for a long time. Now, this book is ranked 1,400,000 something, but this book is a fast seller, even though it has that real high number. Normally, you want to really get a book under 1 million ranking. But because I picked this book up first edition, first printing, I knew immediately I'm going to make money on this book. So I bought this book for 50 cents, so I grabbed it. I'm going to show you what it sold for on eBay. I already did. If you go in the side boxes, you could check in. You're looking for sold right there. And I checked that in. Now, this book here, it's sold, first edition, first printing, sold for $37. And it was pre-owned on eBay. And here's a signed one. A signed one sold for $225. Now, if you go down a little further, here's another one. It's probably beat up. That sold for $15. It's not a first printing, I guarantee you. This book here for $5, it's probably really beat up. And down here, same thing. Old books for $5, $6, they're probably all beat up. Now, this book here is a first edition, first printing, and it's signed. They sold it, well, they were asking $2.99, and they lowered the price. It ain't saying what they sold it for. But they did sell it for probably over $200. Now, here's one here that was signed, and it's first edition, first printing. It sold for $190. So I know this book is a rare book. So I have a first edition, first printing that's like brand new. So I know without a doubt I'm going to get $37 for that book. But I'm just showing you, eBay is one of the tools. There's other tools you got to use besides eBay. Now here's another site. It's called Direct Text Books. If you go Direct Text Books, you Google search it. Up here you type in the ISBN number, then you search. It'll come up everywhere it's sold. Now here, a new one sold for $36 on Amazon. Now that must be like new because you know the book is from 1982, so nobody really has a new book. So if you go down, there's one site here. It sold for $100 here on this site. This other site sold for $113, e-commerce something. So, and you could look, it scrolls down, it shows you this book sold for a lot of times on a lot of sites. So even though it's in the $1,500,000 range, the book sold a lot. That's my Facebook popping up. Let me click that off. So this book sold a lot of times. So I'm just showing you, go to this direct text site and you can see if the book sells. If you see a bunch of places where it's sold, you know it's sold. It's a good book. It's going to move. And another thing is you could go to A-Books. Now, A-Books, you put in the top of the site, you put in the ISBN number up here in the top, and then you hit search, and it comes up. And now, look, somebody's asking $1,100. That's ridiculous. But the book, it's a signed first edition, first printing, probably like new. So I'm going to go down to the lowest price they got on A-Books. And the lowest price they got on A-Books for a first printing is $65. So on A-Books, the lowest price for a first printing, first edition, is $65 for this book. And they have the condition is fine. And somebody else has one, but it ain't the first printing. It's just a new book, and they want $59. So I don't know about that one. But I'm just showing you. And now also you go to GoodReads. Go to GoodReads, type in the ISBN number in the top of the site. Here, this gives you a little information about the book. Now you go down a little ways. That's how many people want to read it. Oh boy, where is it? 6,252 people want to read this book. 236 people that are on GoodReads are reading it. And just over 6,000 people want to read it. And now on GoodReads, people give you their feedback on the book. And here, this guy gave it 4 stars and he's saying something about it. The guy below him, 3 stars, 4 stars. One guy, he put 1 star. This guy put 5 stars. And this other guy put 5 stars. And everybody's giving you what they think of this book. It's a sci-fi book. It's a popular book. 6,000 people want to read it. This book is going to move fast. Another place you could go is you could go to Google and you could type in, not the ISBN number, you type in the title. And then on the end of the title, put Etsy. And you'll see where it's sold on Etsy. Or if anything, you'll see what they're asking on Etsy. Here's a guy here that has a book. He's asking $22. But his book, if you look at it, it's damaged on the back. So, and he's asking $22 for it. Now, a lot of times I'll pull Etsy up and I'll show what they sold for. And another thing is you could go here and you could look like, where's my competition at here? Thrift Books. Thrift Books has one they're asking $25. eBay has one for $200. I mean, it's all over the board. Because somebody's asking $500, they got to sign one. Right there. So look, mine ain't signed, but mine is first edition, first printing. I have 2 of these books. I picked one up that's very good. I'll probably ask in the 30 range. I have another one that's like brand new. I'm definitely going to be up in the 40 range. And I will get that because on eBay, somebody got $37. At eBay, people give the books away. So if somebody got $37 for first edition, first printing on eBay, believe me, I'll get $40. Believe me. And they don't even have the condition. Well, mine is like new. I don't know what their condition is. Mine has everything on it, and it's like new. And then I have another one that's very good. So, and like I said, there's one that's over $225, limited edition. There's a sign, that's why. But so these are the tools that you use to look books up. And you have to do this when you're out looking at books. You don't just buy them on a whim because, oh, I like this book. You have to at least go to Amazon and see the ranking. See what the ranking is. Make sure if you're new at this, if the book's worth over $50 and you're seeing it sell for $50, grab it. Forget about Amazon. Now, if the book's worth less than $50, it's only worth like $10 or $15 or something. See the ranking on Amazon. If it's ranked below 1 million and you're buying it for less than $1 or $1, grab it. You'll sell it for the 15. It might sit for a month or something, but you will sell it and you'll get your $15. So, but you could do that. So that's how you do it. You got to look and see what it's over. Sometimes the book ain't even going to show up on eBay. If you have a book that don't show up on eBay, that's probably because it's a rare book. And if it don't show up on Amazon, it could just be a rare book. If Amazon don't have a ranking for the book, but they have the book, but they don't have a ranking, it might only be 1 for sale on Amazon or 2. And they can't rank it because it hasn't been selling because nobody had the book to sell it. So if nobody has the book to sell it, Amazon can't really give the book a ranking because it hasn't been selling. But the book could be worth a lot of money. I had books from like 1920 and stuff, 0 ranking on Amazon. But I already looked the book up and I seen it sold for $30, $40. I just put it up for $30, $40. I know the book's going to move. If you get it now, you get an old book, 1930s, 1940s. And you're getting it for $1 or 50 cents, and the book's in good condition, even if it's missing the dust jacket. See if the book's, look on GoodReads. GoodReads will tell you if a lot of people want to read that book. And if the book's from the 50s, 40s, and people want to read it, grab it. You'll sell it. You can't really go by Amazon. You can't really go by eBay because they might not have the book. So don't get carried away and don't get too many books you're not familiar with. And then start feeling your way around, put them up on the internet, pick a site out, ebooks, any site you want to put them on, and pick a site out, put the books up there on the site, and just ask your price and just sit solid and see what happens. And keep listing your books. Let them make an offer, have them make an offer, or let people make an offer or whatever, and see if you get the book for 50 cents, $1, and you're moving it for $15 or something, you're making money. You know, don't overbuy, don't overinvest, don't buy books that are very high. Don't buy books that ain't going to sell. Don't buy books on sewing. Sewing books don't sell. Believe me. I throw all them away. Sewing books don't sell. I have one from the 1950s or something. But generally I don't buy sewing books. Don't buy National Geographics there's some books, it's just common sense. You can't buy them and sell them. And a lot of the guys now in college and stuff, the college books are kind of rough. Because a lot of guys, they do the digital thing on the internet. If you're looking for a vintage book, now if you get a book, wait a minute, I'm jumping the gun here. If you get a book on engineering, if you get a book on welding from like the 1950s or something, or 1960s, and it's like 1,000-page book, and it tells you all about welding and stuff, and engineering and stuff, grab that book. You'll get $20 for that book, hands down. If it's from the 60s, 70s, people like them books. They love them. I went to so many church sales, and I got tons of them, and I moved them. I was selling them every day. And any books on engineering that are the older books, or any books on welding or anything like that, they sell quick. You could sell them right away. People like them. They're expensive to buy, and they'll pay you for them. And if you get law books and different books like that, they're good too. I mean, there's a big range of books. Fiction books, some cookbooks are really, if you get the Joy of Cooking cookbook or whatever, they've been reprinting this book forever. It's something Joy of Cooking, you'll see them. That book, I sold that book probably 20 times in my store. Every time I see one, I pick it up and I sell it. And it's a big book. It's as thick as a telephone book, but it moves. And I know it moves because I sold them so many times before. So I just buy them and I put them up and they sell. Same thing with Bibles. You get the big giant Bibles that are like 1.5 feet long and 1 foot wide, and they got like a couple thousand pages in them, and they're real fancy looking. You know, they look like they're really fancy looking Bibles, and they're old from the 50s, 60s. Pick them up. Don't let somebody railroad you and tell you they got to get $5 for that book. Because you're only going to, sometimes I grab them books, I'll only get 15 for them, but then I'll charge them 15 shipping because the thing's so big. And it don't matter if I only pay 10 shipping. I have to box that and tape the box and make the box. Everything's got to be homemade for that thing. So I'm making 15, plus I'm making a couple dollars worth of shipping. I don't care. And I ain't selling it for any less than that. And that's how you do the Bibles. The Bibles sell fast. I sell tons of Bibles, study Bibles and stuff. You get the old ones. People love them. People love older Bibles. You get Bibles with leather covers on them, you'll get $100 for them. I had cowhide, Bibles with cowhide on them. I sold them for $100. I had books sold signed by the president. I sold them for $150, $200. I had a book signed by Ron Paul. I got $80 for it. You're the Ron Paul congressman. I had a lot of books signed by famous people. I had a book signed by a captain from a ship during World War II in the 50s, 40s. And I sold that book for, I think, $70 or something a while ago. You'll come across books, people will pass. What happens is people pass away. The relatives, the kids, the grandkids, the grandson, the grandpa dies. There's no one left. The mother's left and all her kids. They'll go to the house. They'll clean the house out, throw everything out, and they'll put the house up for sale. So old grandpa's stuff, where does it go? It goes to Goodwill. It goes to a thrift store. So grandpa might have collected, or grandpa, whoever died, they might have collected books that were signed by famous people. And here, you might start popping these books open and say, wow, this book's signed by the author. This one's signed by the author. And you might get 10 books in a row that somebody just donated. They thought they were worthless because they're selling grandpa's house, so they don't care about the books. Now, you just picked up $1,000 in books and you're putting them up for sale, and you got them. The guy in the thrift store don't know to check the books to see if they're signed. Are they first editions? Are they rare books? Are they worth a lot of money? They don't know that. They just stack them on the shelves. So you start grabbing these books, you're buying them for $1, $2 a piece, whatever you're buying them for. You take them home, you got a couple $1,000 worth of books, you're putting them up, and they're selling like crazy because they're a hot item. And then this stuff happens, and I had it happen to me so many times. And I'll tell you what, guys, I got over 1,900 items on the internet, and my main website is Etsy, and I also have very little bit of books on eBay, and I have very little books on other websites, 10 books on eBay. And the only books I put on are the new books. I don't put the old books on there. The vintage books go on my main site, Etsy, but if I get new books, I can't put them on my main site. If new book is any book under 20 years old, they got to go on eBay. They go on eBay, or I have 2 other sites I put them on. So I might have 10 books on eBay and 5 on one site and 5 on another. And my main site is Etsy. I got all my books on there. I got my pine needles on there. I do all my business on there. And then the other sites, eBay is good for auction or something. I get something valuable, I want to auction it off. But I had 500 items on eBay, 700 items one time, and I just pulled everything off and stopped it. It was, everybody was underbidding everybody. I couldn't deal with it. And the same thing with Amazon. I was on Amazon. I had 1,700 books on Amazon. The thing is, I was selling them from my house, and I was mailing them out and mailing them out, and I was doing it. Then Amazon would shut me down all of a sudden and say, you're not allowed to sell that book, or we need you to prove that you're you. So I'd give them my driver's license. Oh, we can't use your driver's license. I'd give them everything. No, we can't. We need something like a water bill. And like the water bill comes once every 3 months. Now here I am driving all the way to the water company to get the water bill to get turned back on again. So you know what I did? Amazon did that a couple times to me, and they shut me down like in the middle of selling. I pulled the plug. I said, let me get off the site. I got off the site. I copied all information where all my books were located on the shelves from Amazon. I shut down, and I relisted tons of books back on Etsy. And then the books that were new, I took them all and threw them away. I mean, not that I really threw them away. I donated them to Goodwill and stuff. And it was just books that I couldn't sell them. I knew, I had them on eBay and I had them on Amazon, and these books they were like all new books, and like on Amazon they were like, had high rankings, but it was like a lot of kids' books and stuff. And I was like, $10, $5, I ain't a waste of my time. I took about $200 of books. I brought them to Goodwill. And then I did it a couple times. I cleaned it took a while to clean everything up. And then I built my Etsy up. I got my Etsy up over 1,000. I got up over 1,500. Now I'm up 1,900. And Etsy's going good. I'm moving 100 books a month on Etsy. I'm doing great with Etsy. And I don't, and whatever you do, guys, do not do free shipping. And you're not going to make money. I've been there. I've done all the stuff. So I'm telling you, don't do free shipping. You're not going to make money doing free shipping. There is no money to be made doing free shipping. There's no money. You can't make money doing free shipping. So do not do free shipping. Charge for whatever you're selling, and don't underprice nothing, and don't overprice it. You underprice it, you're missing out. And if you overprice it, you're missing out. So just be in the middle. Look at 10 books that are listed and find the ones that are in your condition, and stay in there. Stay in their range. Your book will move. Then books eventually will sell, and then you'll be the last one, and you'll go next. So just do it. Believe me, I do it. I've done it, and this is what happens. This is what happens. I've been doing this. I've been doing this for 4 years now. I've been doing the books and stuff, not a real long time. But this is what happens. This is what you got to do. And it'll work out. And I do good. I do very good. My average book sale is $35, $35. I do 100 or more a month. And I'm doing fine with it. And the pine needles do 100 pounds a month. And my average is 27 a pound. So do the math, I'm doing great. I mean, I'm on the move. Today's Sunday. Today is August 11, 2024. But I'm doing good. I'm going to show you one more site that It's a government website. And you could go to this government website and you could enter the LCCN number. It's a Library of Congress catalog number. And if you enter the number and do a search in a Library of Congress website, you'll find the book. Because a lot of the old books, they don't have ISBN numbers. You get a book from 1920, 1930, it's going to have this number. Like this. This says 64, and it won't have the 0. After the second number, you have to put the 0. So I put 64, then I put the 0. In the book, it's going to show 64 dash, and then it's going to show the rest of the numbers. So what I do is I put 640, and then I put the rest of the numbers, and then I go up here and I hit search, and it finds the book. And then I could see if the book is a rare book. Well, I mean, I could at least, I know the book's in the Library of Congress. I could see if it's the first printing from the year. Now this here is, what was I looking up? I was looking up the World's Fair, 1964. I bought a World's Fair book. I sold that book for $26. I bought it in the bookstore and I had it for a week. I put it up and it was gone. I got $26 plus shipping. It sold very fast. And Amazon had no ranking on this book whatsoever. I don't believe they did. And I put it up, and I just knew, it was my gut feeling, this book's going to go quick. It's collectible. Memorabilia. And it did. It went real fast. 64, 65 World's Fair, New York. And it sold. And I did good. And this is the Library of Congress website. And when you find old books, an old book from 1920 or something, it might not even say first edition. But so you got to look it up in the Library of Congress, and you can look it up by the title and the